Hello and welcome to ET Garage. I'm Eugene Tordo, and today's video is going to be another C4 Corvette video. And check out all my other videos. I'm up over, I think, 740 subscribers, so I need like, I don't know, 260 more subscribers in order to get monetized. So if you want to do me a big favor, go down there, hit the subscription button, notification bell, and keep updating all the projects I do. And if I get monetized, it'll help pay for all these projects I do. So I would really appreciate it if you do that. If not, have a good day, enjoy the video, whatever. But anyway, today's video is going to be Weatherstrip on the Corvette, and I'm going to do the door Weatherstrip. Now, anyone's not familiar with my Corvette, I'll leave a link up there. And as you know, just check out my other videos. I'm always doing some upgrades to it. Like recently I did the big brake upgrade, the alternator. A lot of that stuff's expensive, so it probably costs more than what the car is worth. But anyway, I do use it quite a bit. I do enjoy it, so it's worth it for me. And I'm going to do this door Weatherstrip. This is, of course, from Corvette Rubber Company. All my Weatherstrip I got in a big kit. I'll leave links to their website down in the description box. Always check the description box and the comment section. And please leave comments. That's supposed to help my channel grow also. I get hardly any comments in any of my videos, unless I comment myself. So if you want to do that, that's a big help. And this is going to be the Weatherstrip for the doors. I'm not going to show both sides, but Weatherstrip is probably about 7 to 8 years old, and it's starting to deteriorate. And I'll change the camera angle here and show you what's going to be done. Okay, here we are looking at the driver's door. And like I said, this is about 8 years old, so I'll show you what's going on. And I don't have any leaks. Amazingly, I don't have any leaks. And most of the deterioration is on the driver's side, you know, from opening and closing the door. You can see it there. And on the driver's side also, you can see corrosion. Right here, there's a piece of metal inside here, and that's starting to corrode. I think when I redo this, I'm going to put something in here to keep water from getting in there. But the bad thing about doing this is you have to remove the entire door panel. I hate removing these door panels. I've had them off I don't know how many times. And I considered replacing this with a new door panel. They're like $600–700 for a 90 Corvette door panel. So, and this, you know, my Corvette has over 230,000 miles on it, and you know, I'd like redid the carpeting, and I keep it nice looking and stuff. You know, to me it's more important to drive it, and the more nice and perfect it is, the more I'm going to be afraid to drive it. So, good thing about having its bumps and bruises is you don't worry about it as much. But anyway, like I said, most of the deterioration's on the driver's side from opening and closing. And you can see like here on the B panel where, you know, from the door rubbing, window glass rubbing up against it, opening and closing, and UV rays and all that stuff starting to deteriorate. And if you haven't seen it, I did the rear hatch Weatherstrip. That worked out real well. Like I said, I'll leave links. Anyway, I guess I'll get going on this. Now, give me a minute here, and I'll fast forward. Okay, the door panel is off. When removing your door panel, you really only need two things, well, three things. A Phillips screwdriver, some type of flat-bladed screwdriver. I have this bent one. I have it bent on purpose, actually. It works really well, especially when removing electrical connectors. You may also need like a 7mm socket, or a some type of 7mm, like this screwdriver type. And usually you need that for this screw that goes in here. In my case, I have a Phillips there, but it may come with a 7mm or whatnot. And make sure you have yourself, you don't need a magnetic tray, but try and keep your stuff organized better than I do. I'm terrible at keeping things organized. And once that's off, taking the old Weatherstrip off is pretty easy. You will need, like a 7mm, because there's a nut hidden right there. And let's see, a nut hidden right there, and that rusty one right there. You're also going to want either a big flat-bladed screwdriver, or these type of plastic tools are even better. You pick these up pretty cheap at like Harbor Freight or wherever, online, whatever you prefer. And you're going to want these for prying off all these plastic tabs that are inside the that go inside the door. You're also going to want 3M Weatherstrip adhesive. Get the black. You don't necessarily need the black, but the black just blends in better with black, and that's all there is to that. So I'll get to getting this Weatherstrip off and see if I can get you a good view of doing that. Hopefully that'll be more helpful. But once you get the door panel off, this is actually one of the easier pieces of Weatherstrip to replace. About the only thing easier is, in fact, is probably the windlace, which I did a video on, and this Weatherstrip that goes on the target top. That's also, well, I consider it easy. It's just like anything else. It's how much preparation you put into it. So let me get on with that. And something I should point out before I get on with that, now is the time. You're better off doing all your Weatherstrip at the same time, because you may have to adjust your windows. So now's a good time to replace like these felt blocks in here, if you're going to be doing that. And even though I'm not going to do these, I might do these tomorrow, I don't know. It depends on the weather, and there's an event going on. I don't know if I'm going to go to it or not. If I don't go to the event, I'll get this A and B pillar out of the way and all that good stuff. But it's just something to keep in mind while you're in here. Anything else you have to do with that door panels off, try and do it. Like you want to upgrade your door lights to LED, that's a good time. Make sure you clean all your electrical contacts, all that stuff. If everything, these cars are 30 years old, whether it's sitting in a garage or it's high mileage like mine, you want to do that. And I advise, like these you can get from the old Corvette suppliers. These are like a insulating pad that goes inside the door. It does make a difference. It makes the... I didn't notice any difference in sound control, to be honest, but it does make a difference when you close the door. It gives it a lot more solid feel. So, and it helps take out like wire shaking inside the door and stuff like that. You know, get it in there properly and stuff. So something to consider while you're in there. Try and do everything as you can, this way you don't have to take this door panel off any more than you have to. All right, let me set this camera up in a different angle and see what else I can show you. Okay, I forgot about that one there. But there's a screw, there's a 7mm screw there, or 7mm headed screw. I'm not sure what the exact size of it is, but 7mm, self, you know, that type of screw. I'll probably clean that up before I put it in there. Hopefully you guys can see that. That's all you got to do. You don't need a tool like this. You could just use a big head, flat-headed screwdriver or whatever you have around. This does make it a lot easier. The only place you'll see glue on these is like this. In fact, I didn't even have glue on this section, but when I get to it, I'll show you. This section here gets glue. The rest of the door, door seal, you don't need glue, which is nice. Just make sure you have a clean surface. Okay. It's just about, actually you can't see it here, but on the door there's glue, and there was glue attached along here, this section here. It's the only place I really use glue. It's on the two ends. The rest just seals right up against the door. Everything else with these tabs, you don't need glue on it. At least I don't use glue, and I can't say I've had a problem with the water getting in through the door. So don't use any more glue than you have to, is what I'm saying. And make sure you get all these tabs out. Okay, they're in there like that. These, if this one here tore out of the rubber, and thank God it has that little T on it, so I was able to still get that on it and pull it out. The only thing to do now is clean this out good, and let me see if I can show you over here. Whoop. There we go. Show you here where this went. This goes right there. Hopefully you guys are seeing that, and that's where you want glue. It's like right in here, in this area. And like I said, I'm going to put some type of either RTV or silicone grease over this when I put it reinstalled to keep that from getting corroded again. So let me get this all cleaned up and get the new one on. Okay, I got the surface all cleaned, and if you have a lot of that 3M Weatherstrip adhesive built up here, you'll have to clean it off. This isn't hardly any. I'm the last person who did that, so I don't want to blame anyone for not having enough. That would be me. I believe in using as little as possible, and that's what I'm going to do when I reapply this. Use as little as possible. Just enough to seal it is all I have to do. And then I'm going to start here and work my way down and around and up and over to here. And I just need to wipe this one more time to make sure it's dry. Could use brake cleaner on. I don't like using brake cleaner. Like everybody likes to use brake cleaner when working on a car. I don't like to use it any more than I have to. Also, I advise whenever handling any type of automotive chemicals, try and wear rubber gloves or some type of protection. Most of them are safe for use still. Also, good ventilation when using some of this stuff too. Anyway, let me get to it. It's on, more or less. This is the old one, and I still got to knock all these blue tabs in. I got them all in the hole, but I still got to knock them in, and you got to push really hard or like hit it with a hammer like this. Like try to use a hammer and just right in like that, and that one needs to go in better. Just keep doing it over again. Try not to hit it too hard. I can see I got a gap here, so I'm going to take that screw and that screw over there out and put some glue back, more glue in there to get that better. But once I get that done, I'm going to go all around and knock them in. Now, getting the ones up front here is real difficult because there's nowhere to knock. So all you can do is just press in best you can and get that on there. Let's see if we can probably get that. Whatever you do, don't use a metal hammer. Try and use something like a rubber hammer. And try not to damage your new Weatherstrip. So that I got to do. And then I can put the door panel on and close it all up. I may have to take this door panel back off again when I do the rest of the weather strip. I probably not, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to do that tomorrow or not. We'll see what things go. But let me get the rest of this on and get some more glue here and there. Okay, the door panel is almost back together. Before I completely button it up, I'm going to make sure all my electrical connections are connected. I hook the battery back up. I'm going to check things, make sure everything works. Make sure your button down here works for your interior lights. Yep, that works. And your hatch button down here, if you can see that. Yep, there we go. And that works. And turn your keys on. Make sure your mirror works. Yep, that's working. If you can see that. Check the right one too. I already did that. You know, make sure your light's working. Make sure your door lock button is working. Make sure your windows are working, both passenger and the driver's side. And because you don't want to screw this all together and then find out none of that works, or not one of them doesn't work, because then you're going to have to take it all back apart again and make sure the connection's in good and you got everything hooked up right. So I'm not going to go any more into detail. Putting the door panel on is pretty much the reverse. Now you can see I got this all new stuff on, so I'm going to coat this. Like I said, I think I'm going to put some RTV there, or maybe I'll just put the big glob of silicone grease. I don't know. Maybe I'll put some RTV, maybe I won't. But keep that from corroding again. And then I'm going to coat this with some silicone grease or protectant. And this one's good to go, and I can get onto the passenger side and do that. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope this was very helpful. And what can I say? I think I mentioned at the beginning of the video, of course, disconnect your battery cable before you start, anything where you're going to be removing electrical. And like I said, reconnect it. Make sure the door closes. All that good stuff. And I already did that, so I'm going to put the rest of the screws back in, put all the rest of this stuff back in, and get that all done. So anyway, like I said, hope this was helpful. I want everybody to have a good day, and God bless.